Sit down, Mrs. Locker. Oh, I'm not used to bicycling to the back of beyond.
You must have a reason, then.
Duty, Mrs. Locker. Without me, nothing in Glendalough would ever get done, you know.
Well, I've a lot to see to myself, Mrs. Mack. Donald will be in from school soon.
Is this thing safe?
Oh, I promise it won't sink. Not till we're in the middle of the loch, anyway.
I'm not exactly in my dotage, you know. Now, just be very, very careful.
Watch yourself. Watch it. That's it.
Young people these days. Now, I shall expect a full report from Florence when I return. And knowing my sister, I am quite sure that I shall get it.
If she doesn't get it from her sister, she'll likely get it from murder.
He wouldn't dare.
I wouldn't count on it.
Speak up! I can't tell what you're saying. Now, you remember, Minister, my instructions are to remain on the kitchen table until Florence arrives.
Of course, Mrs. Mack.
Didn't someone else once deliver a sermon under similar circumstances?
Yes, but his message was rather different.
I've told you, I can't hear what you're saying. Will you please speak up?
You may rely on us.
Very well, boy. You may leave now. Of course, Glasgow, like any other large city, has its pitfalls for the young and inexperienced. And your son's never been one for avoiding temptations, Isabel, especially those of the flesh.
Mrs. Mack, have you quite finished?
I think, if you don't mind, Isabel, I'll pop back later when you're not quite so busy. Mr. Woods.
Excuse me, please. There's none so blind as those who do not wish to see, as my Mr. Mack always used to say. There was that affair with Mrs. Shaw, not to mention a few young ladies before that. I believe there was even talk of him and Fiona Cunningham at one time.
They were only children when they went about together.
Rather elderly children, don't you think?
Look, all this is beside the point. Mrs. Mack, there is no truth in the rumour that Jimmy is coming back.
Well, I had it from a usually reliable source.
If you mean Mr. Murdoch,
Pity you didn't say to him it was a secret. I've already mentioned it to one or two people myself. In strictest confidence, of course.
Good day, Mrs. Mack.
Oh, that's appalling.
Investigation's not going too well, eh?
I'd do a great deal better if I'd more cooperation from the police.
Ah, well, you see, the CID are handling the case now, Mrs. Mack, and we're just making routine inquiries.
Legwork.
Aye.
It's not a very apt expression, is it, since you spend most of your time driving around in this car?
True, but we get things done a bit quicker.
I take it you want this case cracked.
I'd certainly like to find out what happened, aye?
Then might I suggest we'll do a great deal better by pooling our knowledge.
We might, but the trouble is we don't have any knowledge.
You don't mean it.
Well, nothing concrete.
We'll get there, though. After all, we are the professionals.